Trigonometry. We learn to draw the graphs of sin theta, cos theta and tan theta and define all the values in the given interval. First, let us draw the graph of y equal to sin theta. In order to draw the graph, let us make a table involving the values of y and t. That is, we have here theta and then a y. So, we'll give all the values 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. We can use the calculator and find the value for sin 0 is 0. Sin 90 is 1. Sin 180 is 0. Sin 270 is minus 1. Sin 360 is 0. Now when we draw the graph, that is, we'll represent the theta angle on the x-axis and then y will be over here on the y-axis. So we'll just put in all our values, that is 90, 180, 270 and 360. If I go back, it is minus 90 and minus 180. And our maximum value is 1 and the minimum value is negative 1. The first point is 0, 0 is over here. Then 90 and 1. Then it is 180, 0 over here. 270 and negative 1. 360 and 0. So the curve for sin theta will be like this, a waveform. Suppose if you are extending it further, then sine of minus 90 will be equal to minus 1 and sine of minus 180 will be equal to 0. So we'll have a curve extended further like this. If it is from minus 180 to 360, we draw the curve. Now, if you check in our graph, the graph is repeated for every 360 degrees. See here, this is in the wave form of a wave. So it is minus 180 to 180 is one complete wave. Here 0 to 360, this is also one complete wave. So we see that the graph is repeated for every 360 degrees. So we tell the graph has a period of 360 degrees. So sine curve has a period of 360 degrees. And then one more thing which we can do is, suppose if you take the value for y as half, then when we find our y, that is when we find our theta values, we'll have two values on the curve. That is, here we'll have one value. In similar way, here we'll have one value. If we use your calculator, we can see that sine 30 will be equal to half. Now, in order to get the value over here, so from 0 we are adding to the right. When we go, we add. Now we are going back, so we subtract it. So sine 180 minus 30, that will also be equal to half. This is nothing but sine 150. You can check using your calculator. Sine 30 will also be equal to half and sine 150 will also be equal to half. That is, we can write it as sine 30 will be equal to sine 180 minus 30, that will be equal to sine 150, that is equal to half. Now, this property where we have sine theta will be equal to sine 180 minus theta, this is called as a symmetry property. Symmetry property states that sine 180 minus theta will be equal to sine theta. We'll be using this period property and the symmetry property in finding all the values in the given interval. That we'll do it later. Now we'll see for the cos curve. Now we'll draw the graph of y equal to cos theta. As we took for sine, we have taken all the values for theta as 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. We'll substitute this value cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. Then cos 90, that will be equal to 0. Cos 180 is minus 1. Cos 270 is 0. 360 is 1. Let us plot these points 0 and 1. So this point, then 90 0, 180 negative 1 and 270 0, 360 and 1. So our graph is like this. And then if I extend further, minus 90 will give us a 0 and 180 will give us a negative 1. So our curve will be like this. Again, when we check For every 360 degrees, see this part. For every 360 degrees, the curve gets repeated. So this cos curve has also a period of 360 degrees. Now, like how we checked previously our values for half. When we take our value for half, here we have and here we have the same answer. So here and here. So now this answer, when we check with our calculator, we see that cos 60 will be equal to half. In the same way, from 0 to this point is 60. So we are going back over here. So automatically this will be minus 60. So cos of minus 60 will also be equal to half. So whichever value of cos it is, if it is cos of 120 means cos of minus 120 will give us the same answer. So we have a symmetry property over here for cos as cos of negative theta will be equal to cos theta. For our sine, we had a symmetry property as sine 180 minus theta will be equal to sine theta. But for cos of negative theta will be equal to cos theta. Before going on to the tan curve, let us see the relationship between the sine curve and the cos curve. Now I have drawn the curve for y equal to sine theta and y equal to cos theta. Sine theta is with green and cos theta is with blue. Now here when we take this is the curve for cos 90 and sine 180 will give us an answer of 0. That is cos 90 will be equal to sine 180. In the same way, when you use your calculators and check cos 120 and sine 110 will give us the same answer and cos 120 will be equal to sine 210. So now when we check also our graph for sine and cos, when you check cos theta, the graph of cos theta, if we shift to 90 degrees, that is till here when we shift, the sine theta when we shift it till here, it becomes the cos theta. Cos theta when you shift 90 degrees, it becomes sine theta. That is why we have a general thing as cos theta will be equal to sine 90 plus theta. This you have to remember when we solve some questions. Now we will draw the graph of y equal to tan theta. So when we substitute the value for theta as 0, tan 0 is 0. Then tan 90, you cannot find the value, it is infinite. And then 180 will give us 0, 270 you cannot find the value, 360 will be 0. That means y equal to tan theta does not pass through the point 90 and 270. So we'll just draw the graph for this. So we see the graphs will not pass through 90 and 270. So we'll make a line like this. So our graph will not pass through this line. And 270 also it will not pass through. So we'll make a line like this at 270. Automatically this is a difference of 180. So here 90 and minus 90 will also, the graph will not pass through. But the graph has to pass through 0. So this line, it will just near to it, but it will not pass through it. It will go to the line till 90, but it will not touch the line. In the same way, it will go near to 270, but it will not touch 270 and it will go up to 90 over here. Here when we do, here the same way, here it will be the same, it will be like this, it goes further. And here when we do, this part of it alone is there. So we have like this our graph goes. So this is the graph of tan theta. So now here our graph has a period of 180. For every 180 degrees it repeats. So this has a period of 180 degrees. It doesn't have a symmetric property. Our first question, solve the equation cos theta equal to 1 over 3, giving all the roots in the interval 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 360, correct to 1 decimal place. There are many ways of solving the equation. You can just use the graph and solve it, or we can use in a calculation format to solve this equation. Before solving this question, let us see how to use the calculation format and then come back. In order to solve this question, we can use the graph to solve and find the answers, or we can use a simple calculation procedure in order to find the values. Now let us see how to use the calculation procedure for finding the sign values. Sign values, our first answer is got by sine inverse. Sine inverse, when we do, we get our first answer. Then by our symmetry property, we can get a second answer. That is, we can do it as 180 minus our first answer, we get a second answer. Then for our third answer, we use our periodic. Hereafter, we'll be using only periodic property. Period property we'll use. So our third answer, we go back with the first. That is, our first answer plus or minus 360. Then for our fourth answer, will be our second answer plus or minus 360. And if you want to go further, if you need to find our fifth answer, we go back with the third. Third answer, this third answer plus or minus 360. Sixth will be fourth answer plus or minus 360. This is the procedure we'll be using for sine. In the same way, for cos, when you are doing, the same procedure we'll use. The first answer is as usual, it is got by cos inverse. Then we use our symmetry property the same way. So our second answer will be equal to what symmetry property for cos is? Minus of our first answer. And our third answer will be first answer plus or minus 360. And our fourth answer will be second answer plus or minus 360. This is the procedure we are going to use for sine and cos. And there is a different procedure for tan. Tan is very simple. Our first answer, we get it as tan inverse. And tan doesn't have a symmetry property. It has only a period property. So it will be our second answer will be first answer plus or minus 180. In the same way, our third answer will be second answer plus or minus 180. So like this we proceed. Only one thing, we add and subtract 180, we get all the values for the tan. Now we will see how to apply this concept in solving the questions. Now we'll go back to our first question. That is, we are given with cos theta equal to 1 over 3. So cos theta will be equal to 1 over 3. Now we are trying to get a first answer. First answer is theta equal to cos inverse of 1 over 3. You can just use your calculator. This will be equal to 70.52. So we got our first answer. Now our second answer. Second answer, we take the negative of it. So minus of 70.52. So we have got now our first answer as 70.52 and our second answer as minus 70.52. Now for our third answer, it is 70.52 plus 360. We are not going to go for the negative 360 as we are not interested in negative values. We are only interested in the positive values. So it is 70.52 plus 360. So when we add it, we get our answer as 430.52. So this is our answer. With negative 70.52, when you add 360, we get it as 289.47. So now we have got 1, 2, 3 and 4 answers we have got till now. Now when we check all these 4 answers, our interval is from 0 to 360. So this answer is in the interval of 0 to 360. So this is correct. But this is negative. So this is not in the interval. So we leave it. So this one is also, it's not in the interval. So we leave it. This one is in the interval. So 289.47 is correct. So we get only 2 answers in the interval. Therefore, the roots less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 360 are, that is one decimal place we need to write our answer. So it is 70.5 and 289.5 correct to one decimal place. So these are the two answers. Now our second question, solve the equation sin theta equal to minus 0.7 giving all the roots in the interval minus 180 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 180 correct to one decimal place. So now we'll use the same procedure what we did before, sin theta equal to minus 0.7. So our first answer will be theta will be equal to sine inverse of minus 0.7, which will give us an answer of minus 44.42. This is our first answer. Now to get our second answer, 180 minus of 44.42. So this will give us an answer of 224.42. And then we will go for our third answer. Third answer will be this answer minus 44.42 plus 360. This is automatically greater than 180 degrees. So it is not in the range. So let us not find. Fourth answer 224 minus 360 because we are going to the negative value. So this will be equal to minus 135.57. So our first answer, is it in the range? We have to check whether it is minus 180 to plus 180. Yes, it is in the range. This is more than the range. So we are not using that. This one will also be more than the range. This one is in the range. See, you might think why I have not subtracted minus 360. If I subtract minus 360, it will be more smaller value and it will not be in the range. If I add 360 with this, then it will go above 180. Again, it will not be in the range. So according to the question, we need to find out with here it can be plus or minus 360. Here also plus or minus 360 with the first answer and the second answer we get. So we have that the roots in the interval minus 180 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 180 are minus 44.4 and minus 135.6 correct to one decimal place. Third question, solve the equation tan theta equal to minus 2 giving all the roots correct to one decimal place in the interval 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 360. Now for our first answer, as usual, here it is a tan. So tan theta will be equal to minus 2, which implies theta will be equal to tan inverse of minus 2. Tan inverse of minus 2 will give us an answer of minus 63.43. Then our second answer. Second answer will be, that is our first answer minus 63.43. We are only interested from 0 to 360. So it's enough if you just add 180 plus 180 will give us an answer of 116.56. Then our third answer will be this 116.56 plus 180. This will give us 296.56. Further, when I add 180, it goes outside the range, so we are not interested in this. Therefore, the roots in the interval 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 360 are 116.6 and 296.6 correct to one decimal place. In all these questions, we got only two answers. But it is not necessary that every time you will get only two answers. You can get a single answer or it can be more than two answers also. Thank you.